And we are live. Hey folks, it is the Friday night hangout. This is where I shoot the breeze with a few chums, but it's been a tough week. We want to, the Hangouts on Air software, it's not available anymore. And second, was a rough week. Was a rough week for everybody to get online here. So I think the boys here didn't quite want to do it, but since I have the stream published or promoted it for the last couple days, might as well get going here. So I'm Jim, and I was playing around earlier this morning with the live stream and trying to do this different setup here. So we're gonna go. We'll do this for the next little while here. Hopefully we can get some stuff going on here. But what I'm going to do though, I'm going to share my link for this. And we're going to share this on Twitter. And of course you can always join me on my Twitter account. And let's just flip over to that. And here we are on Twitter. And I'm just going to type this little message here. All right, there you go. Done. Posted. All right, folks. How are things going? Basically, playing around with a few things here, a few of the technology today. And of course, I kind of need a little extra hand. I can see why some of these podcast shows that kind of record video along with the audio, things can get a little bit more crazy. A lot of stuff you got to control. So yeah, you definitely need extra hands. Of course, it would help to have the boys here tonight, but hey, it's Friday night, and I know I am drinking some water tonight. No, I gotta take it easy today there, because yesterday, the last few days with this self-isolation thing, kind of had to cool off. Basically, I was on vacation this week. It's spring break here, where we are. So I had booked the week off anyway before Sunday. Sunday, everything just kind of shut down, and so I didn't really expect to be doing much of anyway. But when I'm home, I tend to have the habit to do a little bit of drinking. So yesterday was I tacked the bag of wine that I bought. So a little damage here tonight, but tonight I'll be using some other legal products here. Some XO Elixir 1-in-1, a little bit of peppermint here. Use that. I'll kick in a little bit later, and then I didn't take any yet. And then maybe depending on how things go, I got some riff here, but I might do that a little bit later. This is what happens when you kind of go through your liquor stash before. You don't provision things. Anyway, folks, we're going to get going here. Let me flip over to a couple of things here I wanted to do tonight. One of them is to just play around with the live stream. First thing here, let's flip over here and take a look at a video that I saw tonight here, which was really cool. And we're going to watch this for a couple of minutes. This is from the band Clutch. Willie Nelson, which I think they redid this. They shot this new video, and anyway, it's pretty kind of neat. Of course, first thing I see is that the lead singer is shaving his beard, which is huge. So we can take a look. Let's take a look at this here, see what's going on. Enough of that. Just wanted to play around with that. Anyway, a little bit of Clutch here. We're going to be doing a little stream here for next little bit, playing around with it. Now, of course, we'll get to see what things are doing right now. And, basically what I've been doing the last couple of days is essentially scanning the Twitter feed and all that stuff. All right, maybe we can get Keith to jump in here. Well, trying Something new. Let me just put up my Google Voice. One of the biggest challenges that we're having here of trying to get things set up again. One, having to deal with my oil furnace. But let me see, see what's going on here. But yeah, kind of forget how things work here. Basically, it's been a while since we tried to do a hangout. I'm in the basement, of course. I mentioned in the morning stream that this is all the stuff that we have yet to purge from the house. Basically, we got all the stuff kind of sorted. We got cardboard there. We got metal and stuff like that. So we're gonna head. This is the last of our junk, and of course, we wanted to put the house on the market this spring. May not happen, I don't think, the way things are going here. So we try to figure out here. Let's see here what's going on. So as we're playing around with this stuff, checking things out, pretty slow day. A few people jumping in here tonight. I mean, it's kind of hard to do these types of live streams by yourself here, but let's flip over to the Twitter and see what's going on the Twitter. All right, so if you follow me, basically I have a couple lists. Basically, I have a local EMO feed, and that's where I get basically anytime there's shit hitting the fan, I kind of pull this up here so I can get basically it's government. Transportation, emergency services, that kind of stuff. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see, Cumberland County, Jungle Road between Thompson and Route 321 closed until further notice due to a washout. Yes, it's because we had quite a bit of rain here tonight. If I go up to my trusty windy.com, we've been had quite a bit of rain last day and a half or so. It's melting pretty much any bit of snow that we had here. Alright, let's see here. Let's get a little closer. And let's flip that over to our weather radar. See what we got going on here. So, all this stuff, this is all mist. A little bit of heavier rains up here in the Cape Breton area, but Cumberland County, we're talking about this area right here. This part right here getting a little bit of washout. So, let's do the last 6 hours. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright. Yeah, it's been one of those days. One of those days. Crazy for first day of spring. Whoops. Alright, let's get back to the Twitter, see what else we got here. The Nashwauk River forecast, 20.5 meters on Saturday. Flood stage is 21 meters. So not only this is the worst time to have this COVID-19 is the fact that you have springtime. Stuff is happening. Alright, St. John River here is expected to flood, or beginning at 20.5 meters, which is another doesn't take much to get that up here. Government New Brunswick here, essential workers might be required to pay double child care fees due to the ongoing outbreak, which is good. We got some buses on detour route. Alright, as March break comes to a close, we continue to work with teachers' unions and the French school boards to plan to support students and learning. Next week, we will work with school staff to make specific plans supporting students during this closure. It's pretty much expected that schools will be closed for the next little while, if not the rest of the year. So one of the big questions is, what are we going to do with the kids? This one here. What are we going to do with the kids? They got to keep on learning, and especially for mine is in the French school system, so I haven't been seeing hardly anything really in terms of good, clear communication. There's been quite a few instances that the communication has been kind of solid. I was suspecting things to kind of ramp up the end of last week, but it's been yet another week where you've had pretty much slow going, especially companies going through their business continuity plans. I figured they would have figured some stuff out by now. But this is not an easy situation for anybody here. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get the boys. Let's see if I can get at least somebody here to join me. Do some chit chat, chitty chat. Trying to get people set up here. Okay, well, let's flip over back to the Twitter. Actually, you know what? Let's quickly talk about this. What I've been doing basically is I've been basically on Twitter, and one of the things that people are doing is people are doing a lot of baking. So a lot of people on my list here. Lori used to be on the Hangouts here. She looks like she got some peanut butter salted caramel Rocky Road bars. Looks fantastic. Looks really good. Alright, we got the star here on, but one of the things that I was doing, let's see if I have it here, is I've been basically trying to figure out my Instant Pot. I got an Instant Pot over Christmas time, and I decided to make this recipe tonight, something quick and easy. This is the Easy Beef Stroganoff. Actually, I substituted the beef strips with hamburger or meatballs, and came out just pretty good. It's Campbell's recipe, of course, so pretty simple stuff. All you needed is an onion, pound and a quarter of beef or meat. I've seen ground turkey also with this. A little bit of paprika, garlic powder, 4 cups of egg noodle, and then 2 cups of beef broth or water. I use beef broth, Worcestershire sauce, and 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and then a little tub of sour cream. And it is dead simple. It's a really simple recipe. Basically, the thing what I discovered with the Instant Pot is that you really have to layer certain things, and you don't stir things right away, especially when you're dealing with pasta and stuff. So basically, the recipe very simple. Take 1 onion, chop it up, put it as your base layer down in the pot, and the next layer is your meat. So either your sirloin strips or your stir fry or ground chicken, turkey, hamburger, or meatballs. Make that another layer, and then you layer your noodles on top of that, and then you start drizzling the 2 cups of broth on top of that. And then once that's done, you take your cream of mushroom soup and you just spoon it out of the can and place it on top. Put it in, start the high pressure cook, and do it for 8 minutes. Takes about just as long to get it up to pressure, and then you do a quick release, and then you stir in the sour cream afterwards. Let it sit for about 5 minutes, and it came out actually pretty good. I was really happy with it. Very cheap dish. If we were to buy the recipe or get ingredients off of Walmart, yeah, it costs about $28. 10 items. A lot of items you'll be able to use multiple times, but basically, you buy a bag of onions. That's like $1.50, $2. You get a couple out usages out of that. Biggest cost is your meat, of course. Meat is going to be a big one here, and also the beef broth. Or unless you want to use water, I think the broth would be a better idea. Cans of soup and sour cream, and then you can also use some parsley there with that too. So it ended up being a fairly good recipe. Another recipe that I really like doing here, and let me flip this back over here. One of the great things I like about the Instant Pot cult is that you're able to buy the ingredients at Walmart or maybe a couple other stores. It basically gives you your shopping list, basically everything you need, so which is pretty cool. You can use different stores, Kroger, Ralph's, Fred Meyer's, mostly the American ones. Oh no, we got Safeway. Got Safeway in there too. Randall's, Giant, and all that stuff here. Yeah.
Is Deer down there?
Who?
Deer?
Yep. Yep. Little one needs this. Oh, there you go. Oof. It's gonna be a long 3 weeks, man. People need their stuff. It's crazy. Anyway, point is, pretty easy to get your stuff in there, and there's a couple. One of the recipes I really enjoyed here. See if I can find it here. One of them was with use ramen noodle, and it was. Let me see if I can find it here. Where's this was? Okay, let me try to find it here. Maybe I'll bring it up here in a second, but okay. Alright, here. I think I got Keith here, almost ready to jump in here. Okay, let me call you from this. Alright, let's see. We got alright. See, we got this going on. Doing stuff live. We're doing it live, folks. Doing it live. Alright. See if this works. Enable your video. Is this gonna mess up my stream? No idea. Uh-oh. Contacting. The pressure's on, man. Well, that didn't go well. All right, we're working out some kinks. Try to get it going here. Man, it's difficult. Difficult to get it going. Yeah, so basically, just been using the isolation time to try to make some stuff in the Instant Pot. So I'm going to talk about this. All right, let me try this again. Let's try to call Keith again. All right, let's get this going. And of course, computer. Of course, now my browser's acting up here. I think I got him now. You hear me, Keith?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, buddy. How's it going?
All right, it's been a while since I've done this, so it's just kind of like,
Well, everything's kind of changed now too. Yeah? So let
yeah, my
me
computer's cranky, so.
tell me about Cranky here. Let me flip over. I am just going to. I don't know if you have the stream here in another window, but what I'm trying to do here is I have Keith here on the line. We're using Facebook chat or voice call here to get going, but while we were trying to get, this was the biggest thing, trying to get when we wanted to do the Hangout again. We were going to try to figure out what kind of tool we're going to use for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Hangouts on Air, which was the tool that we used for that. Here we go. The tool that we used, here we go. Let's move that over there. There you go. The tool that we used there was basically not usable, right? They shut it down last summer, so there hasn't really been a good alternative to that. So anyway, it looks like first day of spring. You decide to shave.
Yeah, lose track really this week.
Right. Now I was saying earlier to the stream here that I was on vacation here because of spring break, but you guys were still working there, I think, huh?
Yeah, it's trying to finish up a couple things there before spring starts, but that's the same way every year.
Yeah, true. And also we're supposed to get Jocelyn in here tonight, but he had kind of busy things too there. So, it's been a rough week. This has been a a long week to get things going here. So
Yeah, it's been a long week. It's one of those weeks you're like, what the hell? It's only Tuesday, and then it's only Wednesday. It seemed like that every day.
uh,
Just
and it doesn't help too where you had yeah, oh, you had of course all the stuff. What's going on here? Where are you? I lost you. There you are. There we go. I'm trying to get this system set up. Anyway, but yeah, especially you got everything's changing every day. Things are getting worse and worse in terms of the closures and stuff like that. So it's been kind of tough there to just get a handle
yeah,
on everything.
it affects a lot of things behind the scenes too. You don't realize.
Yeah, well, we start talking about that, how just far down the line it goes. All this cascading. Like for example, we had to send a quick note to we have cleaners come in once in a while. Once a month, we
Hmm.
get cleaners come in just to do stuff, quick hour or whatever. And anyway, we sent them a note to say that they were supposed to come next week, and say, hey, let's just cancel next week, and then you can resume like April and stuff. And she came back with this long answer about using disinfectants and this and that, and it's like, no, it's just we're working from home.
Yeah,
Parking lot's full. We can't go anywhere, so we don't want you to come for this month. But next month,
yeah.
you know,
We're doing the same thing, kind of laying off on the have a cleaner come in once a month. That's going to be, no go for a little bit, and even things like maybe even not take the dog to daycare for a little bit, just because the people that run it, you
nah.
don't want to get that.
Yeah, and part of me wants to still want to support some business, but
Yes,
the other part of me is saying that, well, if they I want to give them some business, but there's certain things I'm going to have to cut back on because I just either don't want to go out and all that.
yeah, I know it's kind of like you feel bad to say it, but it's kind of like we're going to have to catch you later because
Yeah,
some of these
exactly.
businesses, I mean, it's hard. You're just kind of in survival. We're all in survival mode now, and I'm still going back and forth to work, but I'm not fooling around. I'm not stopping here and there and everywhere, and even that aspect's changed things so much. It's not just going into work. It's there's a lot more sanitation and hygiene.
Yeah.
You're thinking that, and then And then there's always like the 3 o'clock update from the Nova Scotia
Oh
government.
my
You're
God,
checking
yes, the 3 o'clock update, the famous.
the whole day, right? The 3 o'clock update that doesn't start till 3:15.
At 3:15, and really it starts after lunch because you do Ottawa starts. Justin does his thing in Ottawa, and then you got all the depending on the province. Either New Brunswick does there first, and then Nova Scotia, and then after that you either here in between Ottawa, not Ottawa, Ontario, and Quebec. So yeah, the whole afternoon is just getting all the updates and stuff like that. It's just crazy here. So, but
Yeah, I mean, just be careful. I mean, it's taking precautions, and I don't know, maybe I'm not being careful enough, but the way we see it, so we might be all shut down in another week anyway. So
yeah, yeah. I know I've been starting to get a little stir crazy. So towards the end of the day, I need to go somewhere, jump in the truck. Gas is so cheap now. Might as well just drive my truck around, right?
you
71 cents a liter, man. What is it up in your neck? Did you notice your neck of the woods or?
it was 71 something today. It was 80 yesterday, and
Wow.
yeah, it's yeah.
I
So
I have not
yeah,
seen gas prices that low since what 1999.
80 cents maybe. I'm thinking was
Man,
in the 2000s, but yeah, the 70s, yeah,
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
not.
So that was a while ago. Crazy.
I
So
mean, when you talk about the price of gas, I think we have to take the kids for a drive on Sunday. We're gonna do a cookout tomorrow, but I'm thinking of drives in the.
yeah, the weather looks. I think Sunday the weather looks fairly decent, so we can at least get out of the house, go somewhere. I've been taking the little one to the woods and for short little walks. She got to do her little stuff there. So, oh, oh, did I lose you, Keith? May have lost Keith here. Lost somebody. Lost somebody. Working out the system. All right. Oh, we got
Still
Keith.
there?
Oh, okay. We got Keith back here. There you go.
I don't know what's going on my end. I'm just doing what I'm doing. So
Yeah, I know. You think it's everybody trying to stream their Netflix and Disney Plus tonight.
I'm just yeah. I'm playing with my ring light too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, I use it for drafting.
Right.
I mean, it's got like the warm and the cold settings, but I can also use it for this too. So
Oh, okay. At least you're good. Here I have just a light bulb just shining in my face, and I'm using some color correction here. As you can see,
okay.
our messy basement. I kept mentioning here. This is the last of our junk that I need to purge, sent to the landfill. So you can see everything's nice and sorted. Just need to haul that away, and that's you talk about the Cascades. Uh, Landfills and all that stuff. Just the people there, or even people who are talking about the truckers and stuff. They're bringing the supply chain, but like they got no place to stop, nowhere to pee, man.
No, they don't want them getting out of the trucks if they go. And actually, even at the quarry, that was an issue because there's supposed to be a shipment going out this week. It's going to go out next week. It's still supposed to go out next week, but the price is spiked on Monday.
Oh,
That's not, that's
no.
to be expected.
Yeah. Well, we like I kept mentioning a couple times there. We had the spring break, and we wanted a couple nights at a hotel over the weekend just to disconnect
Hmm.
for a couple days before everything kind of shut down on Sunday. But when we were driving back, we were we had about a 5 hour drive ahead of us here, and by then we stopped at the McDonald's. You could only do drive through.
Hmm.
All the visitor centers, they're closed. Really, the only Tim Hortons was basically drive through only. So really, the gas station is pretty much was your only stop to get gas, go pee, and then of course that being said, I stopped at the Oxford Irving, and I have never
Yep.
smelled the strongest smell of bleach. They got that place tip top.
Well, every place smells like bleach. Like even at work, it always smells like bleach now in the washroom in the break room. It's like just
Crazy.
the way it is now.
I went to Sobeys tonight and I picked up a few things to make my little Instapot beef stroganoff there, and they have installed these washing stations basically at the front door, so you can just basically do a scrub down before you go in and all that stuff. So it's getting real. And then I picked up a beer at the liquor store tonight, and basically bring your own bag. uh,
Yep.
tap tap to pay, no cash, and you gotta stuff your own bag.
Yeah. Well, I've been enjoying a double of scotch every night this week. That's probably not great, but oh well.
Well, I was gonna join you. So I picked up some Blantons there earlier
Hmm.
this week, and I was going to rock that, but I kind of attacked the bag of wine last night, so that's why I'm drinking a little bit of water tonight. So,
I still have a lot of the Blantons left. Actually, I haven't
mm,
not too hard. It's delicious. I want to savor it. Mm.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the weekend here. That's why I'm on the sprays tonight, just to get a little bit of try to sleep tonight here. So.
Yeah. See, I'm in my new office setup now, and I've got the liquor cabinet in the back.
Ah, okay,
So
okay. Well, I was trying to figure out where you were, and then I was trying to. I said, no, that's. I said, no, that's not the dining room that you normally do your calls, but you're in your heated office. That's great.
you know, my new got the new office, and the it's a bit of a mess now because I was doing taxes, and then I kind of this week I kind of tried to order as many supplies as I could because some of the supply lines are drying up for a little while.
Oh yeah, and
Believe it or not.
it's crazy. And like you were saying the other day, there even a couple weeks ago, you were having trouble getting some masks for your sandblasting and all that stuff. Eh?
Well, yeah, well, the kind of filters I use, there's no problem getting them, but they sent a memo saying, the N95s, that was 2 or 3 weeks ago they were sold out. Remember that? I was mentioning
Yes,
that.
yeah.
But especially, industrial, there's no problem getting them. But I see today where the Nova Scotia government kind of put out a call to the construction industry saying if they had a surplus of N95s and people were laid off, they would like to have access to them. So
Really.
that's pretty bad.
Huh.
Pretty dire for, the supply.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And it's not like, and I was reading the article here about the craft plant in Montreal doing 24/7 shifts of craft dinner. Tried to get that going.
Wow.
You
And
know.
did you see how some of the distilleries here are doing hand sanitizer?
Wow, yeah, the
Like
distilleries, yeah.
number the one in Airsag, they're doing all hand
Yeah,
sanitizer now.
yeah. Well,
It's just
they
it's
got to
wartime.
say that again.
It's like when the factory switched over for wartime production. I mean, here the distilleries doing hand sanitizer, and then some of the clothing and fabric manufacturers they're offering to do masks. So and then of course the bigger plants are talking about if needed be to do respirators and respirator components. So that's I
It's,
mean, when was the last time that happened? World War II?
well, exactly, right? I mean, none of us remember any of that stuff. Or,
Most people alive don't have never experienced,
yeah,
you know, it's totally foreign.
that is crazy. That is crazy. I know. I know with the distilleries making the hand sanitizers, they got to do the extra strong proof there. I think some of them are doing the 80% proof or
Yeah,
80% pure alcohol, even though CDC requires. I think they only ask for 60%.
yeah. Well, I see now actually they're going to let the government's going to let them put hand sanitizer on the market that's not approved. Basically,
Wow.
for the next little while, they're like, it's not really approved by Health Canada, but we're going to let it out there. So
Wow, wow, wow. Man, that is
they're
crazy.
going to let all that stuff fly out. So it's dark times.
Yeah, yeah, no, that is true. That is true. But yeah, well, at least we're everybody's home. I know you guys. Everybody sounds healthy, and we're everybody's healthy here. So I think doing the isolation is going to be a good move. Hopefully, it can pass through quick enough, though.
Even if people just limit their movements, I think that's going to help too. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, but you still have to go to the store. You still have to get gas, and like I said, I'm going to work, and I'm not stopping anywhere unless we need something. And we bought a lot of groceries last weekend, so we're
Oh
going to be
yeah,
good.
same. Oh yeah, same thing happened earlier the weekend when we got back on Tuesday. We cut our little excursion short, and as soon as we got home, the missus jumped in the car, went to Walmart, and loaded up. And same thing for me too. Like, I'll try not to get out every day, but I think we're gonna just to maintain a certain level because you don't want to buy stockpile the fresh fruits and vegetables, that kind of stuff.
Well, no, that's just it. I mean, like we were at a point that where the cupboard was kind of bare anyway, and we cleaned out the freezer, and we had no meat or fish, so it was like, ooh, we really got to get on
Oh
this.
yeah, oh same thing, and that's kind of why picked out a few things, and even tonight when I was going through the Sobeys here, it's like the bread was completely gone. The meat shop closed, or they weren't active during the day, so they were just packaging stuff overnight, and then you just pick what was there. So you had the little not bad supply of meat and stuff, so that was fine. The milk, they had put limits on the amount of milk that you could
Mm.
buy to
Yeah.
four quarts of milk, and the soups and the ramen rice, ramen noodles, bare.
Yeah, makes sense. Last weekend when we just went to the Foodland Tattabush, and even then, things were really well stocked except for bread and, well, I should say fresh bread. There was lots of the regular bread, and there was no like Mr. Clean, but everything else there was lots.
Yeah. So it'd be kind of interesting to see in the next week or so, when the warehouses adjust for their stocks, and see the supply chains.
Well, you can
Uh,
only hoard so much and eat so much, so I think that's going to level out after a while. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's like the whole thing with the toilet paper. Are they going to sell a lot of toilet paper in a month's time? Maybe not.
Man, I don't know. It's like even I saw a lady coming out tonight with 4 packs, 4 12 packs of toilet paper, and people are still
Oh,
buying the
good.
toilet paper. I mean, the missus bought a big bag like a month and a half ago, so we're good for a while. I mean,
I mean, a 24 pack is going to last most households for a long time.
yeah.
Well, it's like, wow, how much are you
Uh,
going?
so somebody was saying there that why toilet paper? The last time that happened was in the '70s.
Mm.
Something that Johnny Carson said. Something about a
Oh,
shortage
yeah,
of toilet paper.
he said it kind of, it was just a kind of like an offhand throwaway joke, and everybody was just losing their
Yeah,
minds. Yeah.
exactly. So, which is kind of funny now because people are reading all sorts of different news sources. But
Do you know what's selling on Amazon quite popularly now in the last month?
no, what?
Those attachment bidets you can attach onto your
No.
toilet. They're like about $40, and you just tap them into your cold water line. So it's going to be, it's going to be a little bit of a surprise or a little bit of a, refreshing sensation on your butt. But apparently they're selling a lot of them.
Wow.
Uh, $40. I mean, if you don't mind cold water on your backside, but yeah, apparently that's been
Hmm.
quite popular the last little while, and you see lots of reviews for them lately on YouTube. So
Oh,
that's kind of
really?
yeah.
I did. I did see. I think there was a joke there that would explain why I saw the bathroom brush attachment instead of the bidet. You had the brush that just it was attached to a drill or something, and it just spins. And uh,
Pressure washers were on sale last week at Canadian Tire, so what are
well,
we gonna do?
but yeah. Speaking of Canadian Tire, I haven't had a need to go to Canadian Tire. The Home Depot's closing at 6 p.m. now, so
Yeah, and I see Canadian Tire staying open, but I see like Marks and Sports Check and all those they're shutting down.
yeah.
So
I did a quick spin here in Bedford Commons tonight. There, I was just driving around, and Walmart was good, but yeah, all those strip malls there, the pretty bare parking lots. So
yeah, I mean, I so far so good. We're well supplied, but I mean that's gonna change week by
yeah.
week.
So what do you
I
think
don't
about
think
what do you think about all this cash judo Justin's gonna send us now?
what else.
All
Well, I
these
mean,
we're
the
gonna
country in a pickle before
yeah
this is all. And probably nothing like it since World War II for economic downturn. So I don't know. I mean, this is when the government has to bail us out. Don't worry about balancing the budget. This is emergency. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. Just as long as people don't fall through the cracks. But I think between the provincial government and the federal government, it's changing day by day. So hopefully nobody falls through the cracks. I'm thinking more about small and medium-sized businesses because the bigger businesses, they're pretty good at speaking up and making themselves heard.
Yeah, so I know we're not in that position to we're good now, but if this thing drags out for a month or 2 months,
That's just it.
then that's gonna hurt. But at least I'm kind of happy though that they moved all the income tax stuff deadlines, end of June
Well,
or July, whatever it is. So
I think they said something about June for a deadline and September for payment or something. They're bumping up the deadlines or whatever. And I mean, that's the last thing in people's minds right
oh yeah,
now.
exactly,
We're just
exactly.
big. it's really hard to think more than a day or two ahead.
Yeah,
Before your eyes, like, well, we got a dentist appointment next week. We're gonna, oh, maybe we'll go to this concert in a month's time, or maybe we'll go. This is where we're gonna go this summer. But that's all out the window. It's just,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
we're just, just
Yeah,
holding pat and just get through the day.
that's exactly it. I was saying before you got on there, I was mentioning I was trying using this time to try to get used to my Instapot that I got over Christmas.
How do you like that?
Well, you know what? I can see why it is a cult. I can see why it does. Well, it is a turbocharged crockpot, basically, right?
What parts of it do you use though? Because it doesn't have different functions.
Yeah, I've been using the saute, which
Mm-hmm.
which is great for us. We've been doing outdoor cooking for a while, so the concept of cooking everything in one pot and building your meal that way kind of
Yeah.
builds on the same thing. So there's a saute
Nice.
section. You can brown your meat, you can do your onions, and then once you're ready with that, you kind of deglaze. As your water deglaze the brown meat there to get your sauce going, and then you put your meat in, put on the cover, and then switch it to high pressure mode, which is what the main one is. But I did that, did the rice, and I think that's about it. But
Well, it's interesting to me that interests me, but there's so many kitchen gadgets you use them like twice a year. It's like why is this taking up space in
yeah,
my base?
and it is not a small thing on your countertop too. This
No.
thing this thing is huge, and I think I got the small one too. I don't think I got the actual big one, but I think the fact that you can do basically everything in one pot, depending on the type of meal it is, or your rice, then it makes it kind of interesting to have, especially tonight. So tonight I made beef stroganoff
Hmm.
using a recipe from Campbell's. So dirt simple setup, minimum ingredients, one pot, get it done. Basically done in a half hour, right? Very
Yeah.
very simple setup here. I think the biggest thing that people need to know when they do the Instapot is that the time it takes for it to build the pressure to be able to cook. That takes quite a bit of time.
Yeah,
I
that interests me. But like you say, everything takes up so much space. Like we have a bread maker. It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get dust. It's gonna get dusted off tomorrow. But everything takes up space. And then another thing I'd like to try, but again, it's more space, is like the air fryer. I've heard so many people say good things about the air fryers.
yeah. My mom is a big air fryer aficionado, and she'll make wings all the time, and she'll do all sorts of stuff in the air fryer, and you
And
know,
wings and fish, and yeah, that'd be great.
yeah, no, no, and she does some really good stuff. And my mom's been into the big stuff there. So she got the Instapot, got the air fryer, and then she's been doing the sous vide stuff there for the last little while.
So does the Instant Pot take the place of your slow cooker?
Yes, you don't need a slow
Hmm.
cooker anymore.
Well, see, if that's the case, then they kind of swap out for space because we have the slow cooker, for.
Well, and now the more that I've been using it, and the more we've been doing the different types of dishes,
Yeah,
there's really no need for your crock pot. The only thing you want to keep is your Dutch oven that you want to do
yeah,
your
oh,
outdoor cooking, right?
yeah.
Because I was just looking at, if I was looking at, I was actually looking at the website here before you got on, and I had somewhere in here, I had the uh, crock pot recipe, and I had done a whole bunch of different recipes here. See if I can get it here, but on the screen here for people, but oh well, wasn't quite working. But I was doing a lot of pasta dishes, did rice. So it's been an interesting device, and the more you use it, the more you kind of get a handle on it. So it's good. It's a lot of technology in it too. A lot of
Yeah, it was
technology.
more kitchen gadgets. So I was just thinking about today. I have to get another blender because back before Christmas, I don't do breakfast, but I was starting to do smoothies, and I was really into them, and I have to get a new blender that makes smoothies. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
mm.
was it Magic Bullet?
Yeah, I want to get one that you can do like the individual size. smoothie or just do the full blender. I want to get a,
Oh,
I have to do
okay.
some research. I don't want to spend more money to have to, but I don't want to buy something I'm
Yeah,
throwing
yeah,
away.
yeah. Well,
Fingers.
we had that magic bullet a number of years ago, and back when we were doing the smoothies too, and that was pretty much the right
Yeah,
size.
I got to get back into that because I can kind of sip at that all morning, and it makes a difference.
Oh yeah, exactly. Maybe there's one thing good about this self isolation thing. You start to regain some good habits because, I tell you, when I've been on the road for the last 6 months, eating out of hotels and airplane food, I was picking up a lot of bad habits.
I get that theory too, eating. Ugh,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly. Blech.
what do? You go to the store maybe and get some fruit or some roasted chicken or something. Because after a while, I don't know, French fries taste disgusting after about
Oh,
3 days.
oh, it does. I would maybe do anytime I would probably fly into town, and then I would have to stop at the hotel. I would maybe do the first night because it's late, nothing's open, don't know what's going on, and then I would try to. Second thing I would do is open up my Google Maps and try to find the nearest type of grocery store or store that would have kind of like a Pete's Boutique, specialized
Yeah.
on prepared meals, something that you can just warm up, or a sandwich bar or something like that.
Like that store we went to in Freeport. That was awesome. It wasn't a big store, but the pre-made meals were.
Yeah, that was the Bow Street Market, I believe, right?
Yeah, that was great.
They were in the news. I was listening to NPR, and they were in the news there. They were limiting for down there. People have been buying a lot of chicken. Of
Okay.
all things, they've been putting limits on the meats. So, but
I see some of the fishermen are selling their lobsters. This is in Maine. I'm sure the situation is much better here, but they're in Maine selling their lobsters dirt cheap at the wharf side because they knew they would probably not be able to sell them and they'd either die or they'd have to let them go. So there's a lineup of people at one of the wharfs down there,
really,
not far from not far from there. And this was like a couple of days ago, and they're just buying live lobsters
huh?
for it was $4 a pound or something
Oh,
ridiculous like
something
that.
ridiculous. Yeah. Well, if that ever happens around here, I'll be bringing $100 just to get some lobster, get a feed
I
going.
don't know. I have a bad feeling about this season for pretty much everything.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
just because this is going to go on for a few weeks and it's going to interfere with the startup of, well, lobster fishery here that starts in May. Tourism starts up in May. They do a lot of their hiring now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this year is going to be, everybody's going to be hard hit. Doesn't matter how fast or slow this progresses. I think it's going to
Oh
be
yeah. And
roughly.
even you see in some industries where you do what we're doing now, which is video chat. The amount of instances I've seen people mentioning Zoom, which is kind of
Mm-hmm.
like the WebEx and stuff like that, is
Yeah,
increasing.
that's what Krista uses for work, Zoom.
Yeah, which I use for my work. I use WebEx.
Yeah.
Works
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. I also have been noticing a bunch of movies that are coming out. Um, on Disney Plus a lot early. Like Frozen 2 was released 3 months early, and there were a couple other movies that you'll be able to digital download. A couple movies are just bypassing the theater release, going straight. So I don't know if we're going to see a change in
Mm-hmm.
habits.
You know, if things don't change after this, to me, it's like this is a learning experience too for everything.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah,
not just movies, but the way we consume things, the way we work, the way we live, everything.
yeah.
And if we don't improve on this, then I don't know, man. Just drink another bottle of Blanton's and
Yeah.
but seriously, I mean, you look back at history and something big happens, and there's usually some change of some kind. Something changes
Yeah.
forever. It's never the same again. And I don't know. I don't think things are going to be quite the same after this.
No, no, and I think I think you will see some change in certain spots, but I mean, I could definitely see, like, for example, the shutdown. You see how the effect the pollution in some big cities, how the air is starting to get
Isn't that
clean.
depressing?
I saw the picture. I think it was Venice, the water in
Mm.
Venice, all
There was
clear.
you could see the fish, and they said there was dolphins there. I don't know if that was normal or not. There's fish and dolphins.
Yeah, crazy. So
Man,
now ah
we're just 2 weeks from everything coming back.
yeah.
Humans gone for 2 weeks, and everything's coming back.
Yeah, yeah,
Not,
exactly.
not quite that much, but I mean that's how, like, they say the truck shut down within a week we're without food. We're done
Mm,
for the supply chain or this, you know. So then in Venice, things are shut down for a week or two, and the animals come back. That's how much, you know, we've got basically a week or two, and that's it.
yeah, yeah. I know it's interesting. No, it'll be really interesting, like you say, if people are gonna accept the way the things were before, and it's like, oh no, I actually would like to breathe some fresh air in the city.
I, I mean, that's the thing here. We're not feeling it as much here.
No, I know. I know you're a little bit more in a little more isolated. Well, isolated. You're more rural area. I mean, at least I'm in the city, but
Hmm.
you know. But have you noticed anything bigger than you're going straight from work to home, or?
You know what I noticed is that sometimes there's no cars on the road. There's nothing. You know, you just don't see the road dead. You know, and you don't see that here ever really. Like maybe on Christmas Day, around Christmas, the road's not super busy. But yeah, I took the dog for a walk the other day, and I saw like one car. When I went down to the end of the road back, I saw one car on the paved on
That's
Highway 6. That's you
that's
know
crazy.
that's
Well,
not normal.
I would say the traffic here is pretty much Sunday traffic at this
Yeah,
point. You know,
it's
it's not 100% lockdown. You know, there are still people going to work and stuff like that. But
that's the thing. Through the weekdays, it's still busy. I mean, a lot of people still have to work, and there's still you know
yeah,
there's still a lot going on, believe it or not. But I don't know.
crazy.
Trying to be careful, but
Oh, yeah,
we'll see.
exactly.
We'll see in a week or two how well that this plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm definitely washing my hands here. Are you able to see me on screen, Keith?
No,
Or
I can't see you on screen at all.
oh, okay. So
I
I
see
got you.
my little camera in the bottom right corner of my screen. I see your picture, but I don't see you.
Oh, okay. No, I got both of us here. You're on my screen. I'm actually sharing my desktop here on the live stream. So I got me in the corner. I got you popping up there. So it's just like the ways before, but we don't actually can't quite see
Well, yeah,
each
I
other.
have to fool on my computer a bit, and then tonight was just like supper, and then get the kids. Kids are playing cards with their mom right now. Just for them this week, the kids, it's not too bad. This is their March break. They know that things are different, but this week it's like, well, we're just going to treat it like March break. But as things go on, I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
It's like
they know they can't see their friends, and so I think they're going to try a video call maybe on the weekend or something. We'll see how that goes. But
well, we did the little one did a FaceTime call with her best friend this afternoon. So
yeah,
that was an hour of FaceTiming, and yeah,
yeah, that's. I mean, it's different enough for me, even though I'm still going to work. It's still very unsettled, but the kids are going to after a while. I think they're going to notice it,
yeah.
feel it a lot more.
Well,
You know.
it's gonna be tough next week and the week after, where either both of yous are working for reals and they're gonna be really bored.
Well, see,
And
they go to the grandparents. The grandparents are letting them in, so
uh, as long as they still let them in, it's good. I'm in a little bit
um,
different situation there, so I
I
kind of
know.
have to.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that my work hours will be adjusted. It's gonna be something. I'm probably gonna be starting at 6 in the morning. You know, if we're on
Hmm.
the computer doing. Look, I have a job. I can be in the remote anywhere. It doesn't matter. But I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna be doing like starting at 6. Try to get 3 4 hours in before the little one needs some attention. She
Yeah.
needs daddy to give her some food. She wants to go play. Want to go outside. Something. So
Well,
I
that's life. I mean, productivity is going to be down regardless.
yeah,
Exactly.
and on top of that, trying to how are you going to balance pushing school curriculum to the child afterwards? Because we're going to get all these resources online. The government's going to give us all these links probably by next week, so that we continue schooling. Because let's face it, school may not come back into session this spring.
I think it's done this year. I really do. I have a funny feeling it's not coming back.
Well, so then we're going to be responsible for the next 2 months of schooling, and your kid's a little bit older. Well, no, hang on. Yeah, well, you got one. Well, you got Sam a little bit older, Alex. Uh,
Seven. Sam's
yeah,
10.
7 and 10. So maybe not. Maybe a little bit easier. Mine's 6, so it's a little bit rough. And plus, she's in the French school, so
Yeah,
the
yeah, 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 yeah.
that's going to be a little bit more tougher because mommy can't can't keep up sometimes, or they, which is great. They always fight because mom pronounces things with a heavy English accent, and she's like,
That'd be
"No,
like
mommy,
me.
not like that," and then it gets all upset. So, but basically, I'm basically preparing to have a chunk in the morning or a chunk in the afternoon where I'm just gonna have to sign off of my work and just take care of the child, and then resume either at supper time or something like that. Try to get a full day's in. So it's gonna be.
Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are in the same boat.
Oh yeah.
Really, it's not. I mean, that's the thing. It sounds so stupid. We're all far apart, but everybody's experiencing this. There's no escaping it. It's not.
No.
It's not like somebody gets hit by a hurricane in one part of the world or whatever. Just it's everywhere.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, people must be watching their Netflix here. We had only a couple. We had a few people watching us so far here. We had 32 playbacks here so far as I check things out
Wow.
here.
For an impromptu.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of had it. Usually, you get some people commenting here in the chat, but I got nothing going on here tonight. So, and,
Everybody's staring. They have to stop and stare into the void for a few minutes because that's
yeah.
that's what this week's been like. It's like
Exactly. Oh, but man. Yeah. Let's see. I think I'm going to switch to the Hexo Elixir. This is the peppermint oil spray I was mentioning to you a couple times.
Oh, dang it.
I
Well,
do,
I have to sneak back to my cabinet behind the curtain here. I'll be right back.
all right, I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna be doing a couple little sprays here. Got some legal product here, so just gonna nice little peppermint oil. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, there's that nice bottle.
Oh, yes, Jim. Thank you very much. This is. But see, look, I haven't drank much out of it. See, look.
Look at that. Jeez.
I think there's been about 4 drinks out of it, and you have one of them, so.
Well, it's good that you're rationing it. Good, because
Well, I keep it in the office. I like some shitty 1970s TV show. I've got a liquor cabinet in the back with some nice scotch and bourbon in it. So.
well, that's a proper thing. You need that. As you know, I would like to have that too, but stuff doesn't stay in the house that long. So,
Oh, I can forget about it. I don't even remember it's here. So.
well, it's funny. I do that with the weed with the cannabis. I forget what I buy, and then when I
We haven't been. No, it just. We haven't been tearing through it.
well, it's funny. So it's okay. All right, well, let's move on to this topic here. So it's been a little over a year that the legal cannabis has been out.
Oh, that's so good, Jim. Oh, I just went from scotch to this.
Oh, that must have been great.
Oh my God, it's so sweet and delicious. Mm.
Well, you notice a
Oh,
big change in color when you switch drinks into your
I
glass there.
never noticed the difference until I had
Really?
like scotch before. You really notice the difference.
So what did you have for scotch? Did you have like Glenmore or
It was just some Glenlivet.
okay, Glenlivet? Okay, which is not a bad.
No, but it was just regular. It wasn't anything special. It was just
Yeah, so you got the Blantons there, so it's good.
goodness. Wow. Mm.
All I got here is a little peppermint spray that was going to take an hour to kick in. So
Well, yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
so
don't know.
well, I was gonna say no, like I was saying, with the legal cannabis there, I had gone into the habit of just going in picking up something on the CBD side for the last little while, and then I realized that I got quite the stash, and I need to start working off. So the missus was like, instead of buying booze, you better buy some, work on your weed. Oh, we got Jocelyn jumping in.
Work on your
Hey.
weed. Wow, put that on a t-shirt. Hey, Jocelyn, work on your weed. I want that on a t-shirt.
Work. Work.
And
What's
not-
that?
All right, Jocelyn, how's it going, buddy?
Not bad. You? How come your camera's off, man?
Oh no, because I can only I'm doing the stream, so I'm streaming me, so I'm streaming my desktop. So I got you two on our call here, and I got me in another picture-in-picture thing. So the people watching on the YouTube feed, they see all three of us here. So
This is all new for me. This is, like I said,
Oh, gotcha.
so much different from when we did the Hangouts. But how long ago since we did the Hangouts? 3 years, maybe?
we were doing the Hangouts for a
We've
good
done like
4
one.
years.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we did
3-4
one.
years, yeah.
Here, I'll show you what you
Yeah.
guys. This is what you guys look like here. Oh, oh no, I can't really show you guys. You guys can't see, so
I know what I look like. It's not good. So.
everybody looks as we normally do it at a hangout, half cut, half lit.
First of all, you said something, Jim. Here's what you said. You said the people watching us can see all three of us. First of all, you're assuming that people are watching us.
Well, we got. Let me see. Well, see, this time I have my little stat counter. I have one person watching us.
Oh, one person.
There's one person
All right.
watching us now. Holy.
Well, people like we were saying, people are busy
They're
watching
cool.
their. People are watching The Mandalorian and all that stuff, right?
No, they're probably watching COVID-19 news.
Well, me and Keith
Curled up in the-
we're part of the afternoon press conference groupies.
Watch those at work now. That's the excitement every day. Oh, and I touched my face. Look, it's terrible. Just stop touching.
Yeah. No, it's been. No, we did a very long discussion there, Jocelyn, on how things are affecting us there on our first week. I know for you guys, I was on vacation, but you guys were working and stuff like that. So, but we were moving on to how Keith was drinking some scotch, and then he switched over to some bourbon, and he just discovered the taste, the palate change between the bourbon.
Yeah. There's a big difference between the two, right?
It's very good. The Blanton's is so good, though.
Blanton's is good, man. Blanton's is good. Yeah, it's been this week was pretty hectic. I'm on our company's COVID-19 response committee or whatever it is we're calling it, and it's a lot of work and a lot of responsibility because it's people's livelihoods.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of your business continuity plans, and I think for a lot.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
people, I mean, this was all hypothetical scenarios. You know, you can do a snowstorm or a hurricane, pretty easy to work out your business plan. But now you're talking about something where everything is shutting down, and you got to do stuff really for the first time, right? Try to figure everything out. So I know.
Yeah, it's going to get worse, right? It's just going to get worse right now.
Yeah. So how bad is it affecting you, Jocelyn? Because you guys are mostly hands on and doing your type of work there, right?
Well, not for me. I mean, when you look at when you look at our sales teams across the country, it's really tough for them because as our customers have decided to. Because a lot of them are still operating, right? Because we deal mainly with small businesses, and they really don't have a choice but to try to stay open during this crisis. But they've basically decided not to let reps like ours go into the stores. So obviously trying to minimize the number of people. So it's difficult for those guys. From the standpoint of our office workers, the majority of them, over 2/3, we're close to 70% of our people that are able to work from home. But then all the warehouse guys, they're there, right? They are still having to handle the material and put it in trucks and so on. So it's tough.
Yeah. So have you guys changed? Yeah, I'm on water too.
No, that ain't water, dude. That is some white wine.
Oh, white wine, nice.
No, hold on. This is not a day for water.
Oh, I was saying I had hit the bag of wine pretty hard last night, so I'm taking a little break. But I'm doing my oral sprays instead. So.
Oh, I see. Keith, it seems like you're getting a bit of a delayed feed from us. Yep.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be. Just have a little bit of connection.
Yep.
Yeah, I think all the connections are a bit restrained.
Yeah.
While everybody's watching Netflix, didn't they have to shut off the HD at Netflix? Or is that just something I read that wasn't true?
Yeah, no.
Really?
Everybody is Netflix, YouTube, Amazon. They're all down sampling the quality. So
No kidding, huh?
no
Plus,
4K
everybody's at home.
video, no 4K videos. It's down a step. So
Huh. I didn't
Everybody's
know
home.
that.
You have us is doing a hangout. So
yeah, nothing wrong with that. So we got Charlene watching us, our one fan, a long time fan. So
Yeah,
you're gonna wait too long.
she may or may not be in the other room.
Hi, Charlene.
but Charlie must be glad that she ain't traveling around there for the next little while there, right? I would assume so.
Yeah. Oh, no question, no question.
But
Yeah, I
It's
had
nice to have a
my,
place
my
to
brother.
go.
My brother was stuck in France, as you know, and he's pretty happy that he came back when he did, right? So.
oh yeah. So there's Charlene. How's it going?
Surprise appearance. Hey, that was her first cameo on the Hangout.
That's right. That's right. She never did. That's right.
No, that's right. There you go. She's a celebrity now.
There you go.
You know, her only audience is herself. Yeah, she's the only one. She's actually the only one who saw herself.
There you go.
She's giggling in the next room.
It's like a crappy mirror.
So Jocelyn, yeah, you were
man.
saying, Jocelyn, your brother was in France there, and then he was able to get on one of the last few flights to come over. That must have been just super stressful for him there, and he had his family up there too, and
really stressful. Plus the hotel he was at originally, he was there for a conference, but and he was there. He was traveling across the country, doing a few conferences. Then he traveled north to Paris, and his girlfriend and son, 6-year-old son, well, same age as your Alexa, Jim, 6-year-old, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, they traveled there to meet them, and you know, at the time they decided to fly over, none of this craziness had really exploded. So, anyways, he had a hotel that was next to the Euro Disney, and obviously Disney shut down all its parks across the world, and so the hotels nearby, you know, what do you do? Like, all the guests are gone, so they shut down that hotel. So he was told with 1 day's notice, you got to get out. So he had to scramble and find another hotel. So he found one for his last day there, and it was close to the airport in Paris. And anyways, it was kind of eerie. He sent me a picture when he showed up at the hotel. You know, the sitting areas in the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah.
They were cordoned off. You can't sit there.
Wow. So basically, you just had a herded line, single file up to the desk, the check-in desk and check-out, and that's about it, eh? Wow.
Yeah, and I was just today we went just to pick up something quickly at Costco, and I was just driving down Dundas Street here in Toronto, and you know, I was looking at a bus stop, and there was probably, you know, I'd say about 15 people there at a bus stop, and they were spread out like you would never see before. You know, like 15 people took the space that 100 would take normally, just because nobody wants to be next to each other.
Wow. I was saying earlier to Keith there.
A while.
Yeah, like I was saying to Keith there, the traffic situation down here is feels like a Sunday afternoon traffic volumes here. It hasn't really gone down quite a bit, but Keith was saying that up at his neck of the woods there, things are a little bit more quiet.
Yeah, and you know, you look at the price of gas, super cheap gas, and nowhere to go.
Yeah, you can't go for a drive. You can't go to another hotel. You can't stop in at the gas station other than fill up and pee. And You can't stop at Tim's. You can't stop at McDonald's. Crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it's interesting times. What's that, Keith?
Yeah. I just said, you're bumming me out, man. But no, I mean, this week's just been, even when at work, it's just in your mind, right? Always in your mind. And the days just seem to take forever, and things just change so quickly. That combination, it's just torturous.
There's some guest questions here coming.
Yes. Questions. What?
Like the old times. One of us checking the questions from the audience.
No, I have it open here on the screen here. I have the live chat open here.
We need our old crowd of
regulars,
viewers
back. Well,
yeah.
It's funny because I think it was because we were out of action for so long. People moved on and found something else to do on a Friday night.
Yeah. God, the podcasts are drying up already that are on every week. They're starting to dry up already. Did you notice that? Some of them?
All right.
So, God, we've been gone for 4 years.
So Charlene has a question for Keith. And we'll wait a second here while it comes in here.
Oh, shit.
But as the question comes in from Charlene for Keith here, I was saying to Jocelyn, I'm using this time here to really work on my Instant Pot cooking skills. Made a nice little beef stroganoff dish. Trying to sell Keith on that idea to replace his slow cooker with this Instant Pot. But the question is to you, Jocelyn, what big ass kitchen appliance do you have right now on your countertop?
What? In what?
What big kitchen appliance do you have on your countertop right now because the Instant Pot is really a big piece.
So what do I have on my countertop right now?
Yeah. Other than that.
Well, I see Keith has Blanton's, and I'm jealous.
It's so delicious, Jocelyn.
So
I'm really, really, really jealous.
So Charlene,
I think I had that at your place the first time I had it. So
I've got some Basil Hayden's here. It's a fair substitute.
So Keith, Charlene had a question here about she would like a thorough description of your drink tonight, since you're enjoying it so much.
A thorough description, because I'm such a freaking expert on
Okay, we're listening.
Let me just say it. It smells lovely. It smells very alcohol-y, boozy. It's smooth. I don't know what to tell you. There's a little bit of the aroma, the I don't know. It's delicious. What do you want me to tell you? These are hard times, man. Hard times call for good booze. That's all I can tell you.
I like it. That was a really good description.
It's just so sweet and satisfying.
Well, this is going to be interesting. If we have to hang out a little bit longer, we'll be able to see Keith roll off the chair because he had Glenn Levitt before this, and then he switched over to his.
This is a concrete floor, man, too. That's gonna suck.
I know. We haven't done it in a while. We got to pace ourselves when we're doing this.
If we do this
next week,
we can give
away just beer.
Yeah, no, but you noticed none of us is drinking beer tonight. This is how
I drank beer earlier.
I had one earlier too, but we haven't been keeping ourselves controlled to drink the good stuff for the hangout.
I'll give a look at the comment.
Well,
there's a comment apparently.
Well, let's see here. Let's take a look at the live chat here. Thanks, Charlene, for the audible.
Audible.
That was stage left right there.
So Charlotte was asking Keith there. So is it Pete forward?
What?
Pete It says Pete. Petey. Is it Petey? Your drink?
No, not at all. No, not at all. No, this is bourbon. No, no.
Not bourbon, no. Definitely not.
It's an important one.
Your Glenlivet maybe a bit, but not the Blantons.
Not the Blantons.
Well, then I've got that whatever the hell I bought there, the 99, the Ball Blair 99. That's peaty.
Does it make you want to punch someone if it's peaty like that?
No, the next one.
Why? Because
Does it make...
because I'm Scottish.
No, because it made me punch someone.
Oh, there's a story here. Well, you have to tell the story now.
What's the story?
Oh no, there's a story. There's a story with Blantons. So okay, here's the story. All right.
I'm listening.
So this was 2 years ago, almost to the day. Actually, it was April of 2018. Early April of 2018. So this is not going very far. And this was, you guys remember when I broke my foot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, one of the first things I did after removing, 2 months in a cast and a month in a boot, and after the boot was off, we went to see a concert. And because I knew it would be standing room only, we got there at the very, just before the concert, which means we were standing at the very back of the room. Because I didn't want to be there in line before. So anyways, we're at the very back of the room. We're close to the bar, and there's this guy next to us who is shit-faced drunk. And he is annoying as all you know what. And he is going on, and this is a progressive rock concert, Steven Wilson. People tend to be fairly calm and listen to the music and go nuts when the song is done. But during the song, people are calm because you want to listen to the music and take it all in, right? And this guy won't fucking stop. And I was losing it. I told his two friends who were not drunk, I said, you need to restrain your dude because it's not going to end well. Anyways, at the intermission, and I had a couple drinks, nothing much, like a beer or two. At the intermission, Charlene went to the bar and got me a Blanton's. And I had the Blanton's, and right after the show started, after the intermission, dude just started again, and I had enough. And I'm telling you, the bar was about, I'd say, 17 feet away from where we were, and I shoved him so hard that he went flying to the bar, tripped on the stools, was on all fours on the ground, and the security guy came marching over, and Charlene thought the security guy was coming towards me. No, he was coming towards the dude.
Brought to you by Blanton.
Took him out. Brought to you by Blanton's. Oh. So, moral of the story, forget Red Bull. Blanton's gives you wings.
Punch somebody in the face.
Oh, hey, we got somebody else watching the feed here, boys. We got Dan.
No!
Remember Dan?
Dan!
He used to be part of the Hangout too, but he's been traveling a bit too for his work. So
hi, Dan.
Joining us from Ontario.
Hey, Dan.
There's too many Ontario people here on this Hangout.
Where's Dan at in Ontario now?
I believe he's in the, I want to say, well, I don't know what I should say, but he's further up there. He's
Maybe you can put that in the comments.
Somewhere around there. I don't know if he wants to do it there. I think he's above Kingston, that area.
Oh, gotcha. So all right, not in the GTA. Okay.
No. A little just for further up there. So.
Gotcha.
Jeez. So good story about the Blantons though. Well, luckily I got my bottle upstairs because I had bought my stash of booze the other day. So I got a little bit of beer, bag of wine. I got the Blantons. So. Worked off the bag of wine over the last couple days. Gave her a good effort last night. So Anyway, Dan says he's in Trenton. He's in the Trenton area because he's
Trenton. Okay, gotcha.
military.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause Dan's a military guy.
I'm in the GTA now, Dan. I moved to the Toronto area in June of last year. I'm actually in Etobicoke.
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 So
I'm not sure what the
so-
KE does at the end, but it's Etobicoke.
So now, being a Montreal guy, how's been the transition to Toronto, other than sports team allegiances and that kind of stuff?
Well, the Leafs still suck, so let's put that out there.
27 days since they lost to a Zamboni driver.
Listen, yeah. Do you not think I had a lot of fun with that at the office, man? It was awesome. It was awesome because the office is populated by a bunch of Leafs fans.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. No, you know what? I like Toronto. It's very much a city of neighborhoods, and each neighborhood you go in is a bit different. So you know, obviously very multi-ethnic, and we've explored enough, I guess, you know, our surrounding areas to find the stuff that matters to us. A lot of that stuff, as you guys know, you know, food stores of different types for me are really important. So, and I've been really impressed with what I've been able to find. You know, a lot of because I was kind of afraid that all I would find would be kind of national chains, but no, there's a lot of, you know, independent small businesses that do all kinds of things, from pastries to fish stores and meat, and obviously craft breweries. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool town.
Wow.
It's a big city, man.
Was it Charlene saying to Keith, keep that glass full? Maybe that's what she's trying to say.
Well, she's in charge of keeping mine full, and that's not being very. It's not very successful.
Snap.
Just saying.
I'm waiting to see the hand.
Yeah, wait, the slap behind the head there. Here's your glass.
Oh man.
Well, I know what.
Anyway.
None of us are going to be going across the border anytime soon. We'll have nothing to declare. Nothing.
No, nothing to declare.
And I'll say a big fuck yeah to that.
There it is.
Oh, that's an old one, buddy. That was good times.
It never gets
I
old.
miss those times.
Yeah,
Those
were
were good times.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough, you know, all through, you know, where everybody's in different cities and stuff, and we got to use these tools there to keep doing the chats, and you know.
Well, this beats pigeons and postcard, you know, so.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, you and I were able to catch up fairly recently, Jim, when I was out there in Halifax not too long ago. So
yeah, that's right. So
that
that's
was
always
good.
good. Always good that you're able to just swing by. We got Mustang 774.
Hey!
Newfoundland. He's just checking in.
Look
here.
at this. The old crowd's coming back.
Yeah, great.
That's awesome.
So yeah, no, he's just coming back offshore. He's offshore and he's coming, I think, today. So I believe his missus set him up with a couple of beer kits. So he'll be doing some home brewing during the isolation period here. So I think he's all good. It's all good. Snow, still snow up in Newfoundland. I was watching a couple of his snowshoe hike videos from a month ago. So, oof.
Oh man, I was there in January, and I couldn't believe the snow. That was I was there actually just the weekend or the week before the Super Bowl. Oh my God, that was incredible, the snow.
Really? Eh?
Yeah.
I had a Facebook post reminder 5 years ago in Halifax. We had the big snow dump there where we had to shovel snow above our shoulders and stuff. So crazy.
That was wow. 2015, yeah.
And now there's absolutely no snow on the ground in the backyard. It's was +8 today, raining all day. So it's crazy how things are changing with
Birds
the
are
weather
saying.
patterns. How about you, Jocelyn? You guys had a cold winter in Toronto there. You had
No,
snow.
no, 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 no. It's been incredibly mild, and there's been virtually no snow. Now today was a weird day because this morning when we got up, it was I think 15 or 16 degrees, and now it's 0.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's been a big swing in one day, but no, it's been incredibly mild. Um, I think we had one fairly significant snow event, and that's it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say we've
We've
been
been back.
fairly lucky out here too. We've been fairly lucky this year. We had a couple dumps here and there, but it hasn't been too bad.
I haven't had to
Look
miss
at
any
this.
work because of snow. We have big
Look at this
leaves.
going on.
Oh, look at that!
Oh!
Outrageous!
I love it.
I'm outraged.
That's how it
Hi,
goes.
Charlene.
That's great.
So Dan is missing the fog burner because Bluefin was asking
I
him
don't
if
get
any
the fog burner.
fog burner tonight. But yes, Garrison still makes the fog burner, and I had some a couple weeks ago. That's still
I
good.
have a bottle in the basement, 3 years old. I don't know if it'll be any good or not.
Oh, probably will be
Uh,
good.
Alas, they also still make the spruce beer.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. Tons of that left.
Jocelyn, I could FedEx you some, Jocelyn. You want some?
I'll pass, but if you want to send the rest of that bottle of Blanton's, go ahead.
There's not going to be much left, buddy. No, I'm not going to drink that much. Whew.
I'll take any part of the bottle that's left.
All right, we
Like
also
even
got
even if you want to pour the rest of that glass that you got back in the bottle and send that, I'm good.
send him the swish.
That's good, but can't do that now. It's no.
I'm pretty sure your Blanton's kills the coronavirus.
I'm trying, buddy. I'm fucking trying.
All right, a good evening to Dan Lacroix, who's I believe still in the Montreal area too. So he's joining us tonight. So
Awesome.
there.
Look at that. A lot of people coming in, huh?
People are starting to come in now. They finished watching their the Netflix or the YouTube. Well,
I like it. I like it.
So
I like it.
I was watching. So I watched Frozen 2 this week because it came out early. And,
Haven't watched it.
Yeah, well,
I've watched Frozen 1.
Frozen 1. Oh my god, we had the digital download for the first Frozen when the little one was growing up. I think I've seen that a dozen times every year since it came out. So, and plus it was the sing-along version that we got. So every song they have a little bouncing ball over the words, very annoying. But watch the second one. But man, it's so funny. The first 4 songs, first half of the movie very heavy with songs all about getting older and growing up, and then the second half of the movie is all action and all that kind of stuff. So you can see how they're trying to they're following the audience who watched the first Frozen and get something a little bit older story. But anyway, that's my Frozen story. I've been watching Treadstone on the Amazon Prime Video. I don't know if you guys caught that yet.
I have not.
I haven't even heard of it.
That is in the same universe as the Jason Bourne. So that was the Treadstone. That was the program before the Bourne project or whatever. If you are a fan of the movies, so a lot of spy, a lot of espionage, a lot of Europe, lots of good fighting sequences. So I watched the first season of that. They set things up for a very nice second season. So that was pretty nice. That was a nice show to watch.
Nice. Cool.
What you guys been watching?
I just started season 2 of Narcos Mexico.
I haven't watched any of that Narcos stuff there. I hear it's
Yeah,
I hear it's
you
good.
got to watch that. No, it's really good. It's really good. You got to watch that. Narcos Mexico more so. So I think the first Narcos is 3 seasons. Narcos Mexico is 2 now. in both of them, you kind of have to pay attention because a lot of the dialogue's in Spanish, so you got to be able to read the subtitles as they go along. But it's really, really well done.
How about you, Keith?
I haven't been watching much new lately. We were in the winter, earlier in the winter, we were starting to watch some shows and some movies, but in the evenings now I'm more into the podcasts, like while I'm writing or I'm just, doing cleaning up after supper, or I'm really into the podcast lately. So
Some of the comments here from the chat. Basically, the new season of Ozarks with Jason Bateman that starts next week. I have the previous seasons on my watch later list. Dan says The Expanse was pretty good.
Yeah, I watched Ozark seasons 1 and 2. Really, really good. So I'm looking forward to March 27th at season 3.
And let's see, Evil Genius. That was that the one on Ted Bundy, the serial killer documentary?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had watched.
True crime has never been more popular than now. So
That's true.
That's true. I was watching. Probably the only other documentary I watched lately was a documentary on ZZ Top. That's also on the Netflix.
I watched that. That was pretty cool, huh?
I thought it was pretty good. I did. I knew they had albums before Eliminator, and they had like 2 songs like Tush and LaGrange and all that. But I mean, some of their first singles from their first albums and stuff, pretty good stuff.
I didn't know much about them before watching this, really, and that was an eye opener. I mean, those guys worked hard to get where they got to, and like clearly accomplished musicians, and that was fascinating, really. Yeah, it was cool to watch.
Yeah, so it made me add ZZ Top to my Spotify library.
There you go.
The early stuff. So no, it was pretty good stuff. Let's see. Let me check out the chat here. Okay, there. Dan and Bluefin, they're talking about The Expanse and all that stuff. So that's fine. That's
Yeah,
good.
I haven't watched that.
The one thing I'm watching though this week is I've seldom watch replays. After I finish watching a show, I very seldom go back and rewatch it. I think the last time I'd done that.
yeah.
All right, last time I'd done that was the old Avengers TV show. I had bought the DVD box sets and the black and white Emma Peel and Mr. Steed and all that stuff. So the show that I'm watching now on repeat is Justified. I'm watching that on the Amazon Prime.
I've not seen that.
That's a good show. That's
How
a
is
show.
that?
That's like a 6-season show. It's been out.
You see it's on Amazon?
It premiered in 2010, so it was.
I've been wanting to watch it.
Yeah, no, it's a very good show. The first season gets things kind of
I
settled.
can't think of the lead actor.
Oh, Keith was cutting up a bit. I think I got something.
Yeah,
about
Keith really has a delay right now.
Yeah, but he had but basically he had.
I was just gonna say it's the same guy.
I'll say Deadwood.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting intermittent.
Yeah, massive
internet.
delays.
The Netflix quotient in Cumberland County is slowing down Keith's connection.
Or Pornhub, who knows what people are doing.
Pornhub. No, Justified is a good show. Timothy Oliphant, he was on Deadwood. He was at Santa Clara show on Netflix. So pretty good stuff. Some good show. I highly recommend it here. Let's see. Bluefin said that he had tickets to go see ZZ Top when they play in St. John's, but most likely be canceled. And yeah, I think a lot of bands.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Like we talk about. So you can imagine, just all of a sudden their lifestyle, they got to go home now, and either we're gonna get some really good music next year, or we're gonna have a
true.
I'm hoping, right? So that's the hope. Let's see.
It's funny. I have a funny story. Well, I guess funny, but kind of come on, kind of humorous. A few years ago, you know, they talk about sometimes there's talk about aging rock stars, and a few years ago, ZZ Top was forced to cancel a tour because one of the members, I don't know which of the three, so don't hold me to it, but one of the three members stepped off the bus, fell, and broke a hip. And you know, if that's not, you know, a metaphor for aging rock stars, I don't know what
Yeah.
is.
It wouldn't happen to Keith Richards.
Well, one thing, or the thing is, you have aging rock stars that still got to be on the road until like way past their due date. Wasn't Leonard Cohen? You know, he got swindled out of all of his money, so he had to keep touring and keep working
Yeah.
just to make money there the last few years of his life.
Yeah,
There,
we
so,
saw him a year or two before he died, so yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, listen, I saw a post from one of the bands I listened to. It's a progressive rock band called Anathema. Very, you know, nobody knows you know, these guys. They're a small time band that's trying to. They've been around for 20 years. But anyways, obviously their tour got canceled, and they posted today, guys, we need your support. We need you to, you know, buy T-shirts or albums. None of us own homes. We need to pay rent. We are broke. You know, that's the reality for a lot of artists right now in this new COVID-19 world. It's going to be tough for a lot of these people, for a lot of people, period, but certainly for artists.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if we're going to see an influx of Facebook Live, Instagram Live, kind of doing, or in this YouTube. You know, we have the super chat. People can actually pay a little bit of money. You know, for I guess that's one of the questions. Would you watch your favorite band just doing some YouTube Live jam sessions, and you just put something in the tip jar, basically? Would that be
You
enough?
know, it's a good question. It's a good question. What changes? You know, um, first of all, a lot of people won't have the same income, so let's realize that. But if your income is safe, let's say it is, would I pay for something like that? I might. I actually might, within reason.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
Oh, because I've been paying, I've paid money to a few people on Patreon.
Mhm.
Somebody who's doing learning courses. Let's say you find somebody on YouTube that does tutorials or whatever, and they happen to have additional content on their Patreon, and for a couple bucks,
Right.
good content, you want to pay them, support them that way, right? So.
And you remember before the internet was super big, like I'm thinking like 25 years ago, you could watch live concerts live on pay-per-view. And they'd advertise them for
That's
months, and
true.
you throw 20 bucks down and you'd watch it, and they were good.
That's
You know,
right.
they were just as good or better than anything on MTV Live, and people did that all the time.
I wonder if it's going to be the thing, and Keith brought up this point earlier, where during this 2 week, 1 month, 2 month shutdown, how much of a change we're going to see people just really just try it, just start redoing concert series on one of these platforms, or doing stuff on live streams, and just that whole shift of doing something virtual instead of to do it. I was seeing yoga studios doing Facebook live streams of their workouts, and having their class. It's kind of like the Peloton. Instead of having a stationary bike, it's just everything. Everything's on the screen, and we have so many different screens. We can watch a whole bunch of stuff pretty much anywhere, right? So.
Well, I listened to quite a few podcasts of stand-up comedians, and they have all had to cancel their tours, and they're disappointed for different reasons or whatever. And different ones said that if things don't, they're looking at 8 weeks of isolation, or not large gatherings, that they'd probably put some fresh content online for free. So.
Yeah, especially for
There's no
comedians.
question that there's no question that creativity is going to come out, right? People still need an outlet, and some of these some of these artists or whatever, they still need to generate some income, right? So we're going to see some different things happening.
And we
And
probably need it now. So.
yeah, it's remarkable how quickly people adjust to a new reality, and things like that will coexist probably for a while with real time events.
Of course, we're out here in Nova Scotia, not in Toronto and Ontario. We don't have the luxury of the Uber Eats or the DoorDash, and I haven't experienced getting food delivered to my house yet on a regular basis. I don't know if you guys are into that food delivery stuff there, Jocelyn, in your neck of the woods, or
Yeah. Actually, not often. Because we both like to cook, but yeah, even yesterday we ordered from Uber Eats from a Chinese place here. Um, Incredibly, I think it arrived in about 20 minutes. It was insane. Um, but even before all this, even before, I think Uber Eats and Skip the Dishes and Foodora and DoorDash and all those different services, they really changed the landscape for small local restaurant owners. Because for example, just down here on Bloor Street, a few blocks away from here, there's a small, tiny Indian restaurant, which is as good as any Indian food you'll get anywhere. It's phenomenal. But really, they probably could have served, I don't know, like maybe 18 people at one time inside of their restaurant. But we ate there once. And during our meal, there were probably three couples inside the restaurant, maybe less, I can't remember. It was very sparse. But the Uber Eats and Foodora and Skip the Dishes guys were nonstop coming in and picking up food. So it really has been a game changer for these small businesses, and it's great to see that.
yeah, especially when the people who are making the orders, the calling in the orders, they're paying a premium, right? They're paying the few extra bucks, a more expensive menu item and the delivery and the fees and making sure, depending on the service you take, the deliverer actually gets the money, not through an algorithm where he doesn't necessarily get nothing there. I mean, you're paying a premium for that type of service, eh?
Yeah, for better
Yeah,
for
but
worse.
I'll give kudos to all those apps. They have now during this crisis, they've removed all delivery fees for local restaurants, not for chains, just for local restaurants.
Wow.
That's yeah. And Uber's come out with Uber Freight too. It's a little different, but now truck drivers do that. They can go on Uber Freight. They can pick and choose their freights based on ratings of the destination where they're picking up and going to. It's just changing the landscape completely and streamlining things.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't know that about Uber Freight, Keith. Have you tried that service out with your business?
I haven't tried it out, but I've heard a few things about it, and yeah, I guess a lot of drivers like, well, I'm not going to go there because I don't want to wait for 13 hours to get unloaded. So so they have a harder
Oh
time. That
yeah.
place will have a harder time finding drivers, and then they'll just go to the next, and they can streamline their day, and they can make a few more bucks that way too.
Right. Right. Hmm. That might be a good avenue for your business.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if it's here yet, I don't even think it's here yet. It's just
Yeah,
so new.
that's the problem. Getting that those services in your area. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Hey, I just saw something here on Twitter, non-related to this. TIR, they posted here that the Cobequid Pass toll payments can now be made using the tap feature on your debit and credit cards. Cash payments will also be accepted. Just a little bit of
Yeah.
news. Next time you're going through next time you're going through the pass.
It's all I can say about that is, wow, really? Welcome to 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when this is like, isn't this supposed to be the last year that the toll is supposed to be up on the highway?
I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
it went in late '97, and I think it's going to be here for a while yet.
Yeah, because they were able to. I think they're able to do it now this year to actually tear the toll downs because they paid. They paid for the highway, right?
They're not going to take that
There's
cash cow
Oh
and get
no!
rid of it.
And how many
there's
people?
no way.
And how many people work there? It's like what, 20, 30, 40 people? You know, I'm talking about the
I'm not.
plot.
I'm not sure, but it's revenue. I can't see them.
No.
You know,
Let's
There's
see
no
here.
way that's going down.
Charlene saying here on the chat that you use Uber delivery for a TV.
Oh man, that is a great story. That's a great story. So listen to this one.
who did you punch in the
So-
face?
What's that?
Who did you punch in the face?
A few months ago, probably it was in the summer of 2019. Decided I needed a new TV because obviously 55-inch was not big enough. I needed bigger. So so went to Best Buy. They had a great deal, and I just have a little four-door sedan, and there's no way that TV's going in there. So I'm like, all right, I just made the purchase at Best Buy, and I'm like, what do I do now? So dude at Best Buy says, call Uber. He says, just call Uber XL because they come in a larger vehicle. He says, believe me, they're used to it. So we did that, and so dude followed me with the TV in his truck all the way to the apartment, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. Delivery fee, something like $7.
Wow.
That's not even, $7. It's not even worth getting your vehicle and trying to wrestle it into your vehicle and bring it home for $7 freaking dollars.
No, it was, I think I gave the guy a $10 tip, and the ride was $7 or $8, and wow, that was the deal of the century.
You
But
know
it
what,
would have killed an hour or two.
Jocelyn, the worst part is that you didn't think 55 inches was big enough. You needed bigger. You needed something to match your top hat and your monocle or something like that, in your...
Oh my God, that's a...
Up there
Wow,
in
you're
your up
going
there in
back
your
to that one,
penthouse
huh?
suite there in Etobicoke.
Yeah. Overlooking Lake Ontario.
That was some comments there from Dan and Charlene having some fun. So, all right. Yes. Oh.
Hey, listen, guys, it's good to be back on the Hangout.
Yeah, it was nice to have some familiar faces and names here scrolling on my screen here. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You just need to figure this out because all I can see is your static face, and we gotta see.
Yeah. I need to.
Yeah.
Well, once you watch the replay, as soon as we're done at the beginning, you'll see what we're trying to do here. But I think next time we'll get things kind of set up a little bit.
Well, I just
We'll figure it out.
to figure out my settings because I haven't done this in so long. It's pretty
Right.
basic, but I had to wade through it and just
Like exactly.
lacing up the tape for the first time in a while.
Exactly. Oh, Jocelyn's glass is empty. So either we're gonna end the hangout now or keep it going.
Well, he's got that new wine-o-matic. That's
Well, no. That first read.
The new one-o-matic.
No, Justin got a free refill there. The next one's gonna cost him there. So we may not push his
That
luck.
was a good one. That was a good one, Keith. Oh man, that was funny. I think I'm ready to transition to some bourbon now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, well
Wow.
maybe this is a good point to end the hangout here because we've been on for a couple hours.
I think you may be right.
I think it's good stuff. I think we ran out of gas naturally. It's good stuff. The chat provides some good entertainment there between Dan and Charlene and Bluefin there, so it was always good stuff. So how about
Yeah. Okay. Next Friday.
Let's do next Friday.
Yeah, I'll do it Friday. You know, this was easy, really.
Yeah, we'll do a couple more practice runs here. I think there'll be a few a little adjustment I'll make on my side on technology so that we can all see each other. So I think we'll get that going. So all right,
Sounds good.
all right, perfect. We'll talk to you guys as I switch.
Hold on. Just one sec.
Oh yes.
Just one sec.
No, move it up.
Oh, damn it. I think I'm...
Oh, you're out.
Turn out the lights. It's over.
That's it. It's done.
We're done.
It's over. It's over. It's really over.
All right. Excellent. All right. Okay. So, thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you.